Hi everybody and welcome to Pankaj's Echelon Tutorials, and this is in continuation with our ICSC curriculum ka maths, and is the same chapter profit and loss that we were doing, and this is, I suppose, video number 7, and we are going to continue with the problems on profit and loss, but this time the problems are slightly different because they include something called overloads. Okay, or you can say something called extra cost that is added to the already cost price that you have. Okay, so let us get started with the very first one. So example number 1 is this one. It states that a retailer buys a cooler for rupees 3800. So you can write your cost price of a cooler is equal to rupees 3800. Right now this is the cost price, and overheads expenses on it are rupees 50. Now overheads means extra cost, so you can write here overhead expenses, okay, is equal to rupees 50. Okay, now normally what is this overhead? Overhead is nothing but something which is added to the cost price. Okay, you have to add it. Now these are the cost overhead. Okay, this is the cost which comes under the category of, say, the traveling expenses, or you can say that if you have hired somebody to carry that particular object that you are purchasing and all that, etc. Okay, so all miscellaneous expenses, which is apart from the cost price, that includes in the overhead expenses. So that also you have to consider while calculating the profit percent or the loss percent or whatever. Okay, so that is the importance of overhead expenses, right? So overhead expenses, when it is given, then you will have something called total cost price. Okay, so total cost price TCP of a cooler now is equal to rupees. Now you have to add this overhead expenses to this. Okay, so 3850, so it will 3850 it will become, right? So this is the cost of uh, the cooler. Now total cost price. Now what has been done, if he sells the cooler for 4400, so selling price of the cooler is equal to rupees 4400. So he has sold it for 4400. Determine his profit or loss percent. So determine whether there is a profit percent or a loss percent, whatever it is. So you have to determine it. Now looking at the question itself, okay, the selling price is 4400 and the total cost price is 3850. So you can see that the selling price is greater than the total cost price, isn't it? Hence there is definitely going to be a profit, so you need not worry about loss percent, you have to find out profit percent. So let us uh, put this formula. We know that profit percent, now we are sure that it will be a profit percent because the selling price is greater than the total cost price. Okay, so profit percent will be equal to profit, okay, upon cost price times 100. This is the formula. Now this formula can be further modified. Profit is nothing but selling price minus cost price. In this case it will be total cost price, okay, because overheads also you have to consider. So let me write here total cost price so that you are not making any mistake. Divided by, now instead of cost price it should be total cost price, okay, into 100, right? So this is the formula for the percentage profit. Now let us work out. So it will be selling price will be 4400 minus total cost price will be 3850 divided by TCP is 3850 multiplied by 100. Now just working you have to do. Now 4400 minus 3850 will be 0 minus 0 is 0, and this 0 minus 5, so 10 carried, 10 minus 5 is 5, okay, and then this is 3, so 13 minus 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so that will be 5 again, and then this is 3, 3 minus 3 is 0, so it will be 550. 550 divided by 3850 multiplied by 100. So this 0 and this 0 cuts. Okay, you are left with 55 and 385. Now because this is ending with a 5, it is definitely divisible by 5, and this is also divisible by 5. So let us try to work out. So if you cancel this and take 5 as a factor, so 5 into 11 will be 55. If you cancel this and take 5 as a factor, then 5 5s are 25, 5 6s are 30, 5 7s is 35, 5 8s is 40. So you can take 7, 5 7s are 40, 35. So 35, so 38 minus 35, 3 will be remainder. Bring down 5, again you get 35. So 5 into again 7 will be 35. Okay, so it works out to 77. Now this 11 ones are 11 and 11 sevens are 77. So your answer works out to 100 upon 7, isn't it? Now 100 upon 7 is how much? That will be the answer for profit percentage. And 100 upon 7 is equal to, now let us work out 100 upon 7. I'll work out here. 100 divided by 7. 7 ones are 7. 3. Take down 0. 7 5s are 35. 7 4s are 28. Take down 2. And now put a decimal point and take 0. Now 7 4s are 28. 7 3s are again 21. So 7 3 will also not go. 7 2s are 14, and you'll get a 6 over here. Take down one more 0. 7 7s are 49. 7 8s are 56. 7 9s are 63. 7 8s are 56. You'll get a 4 over here, and it will go on. So your answer can be written as 14.28, which can be approximated to 14.3 percentage. So the answer for this happens to be 14.3 percent. The profit percent is 14.3. So let me write the profit percentage of the above transaction is how much? 14.3 percentage. That's it. So we are done with question number 1. Now let us come to the question number 2. Now this is that question number 2. You can see here. Okay. I have already kept the questions ready for you. Okay. So let us try to do this question number 2. Okay. Now what question number 2 says is, this is my question number 2. Okay. A shopkeeper buys goods worth rupees 25,000. So I can write here cost price of goods is equal to rupees 25,000, right? And spends 10% on the packaging, postage, transportation, etc. of these goods. So all this packaging, postage, transportation, etc. comes under overheads. So I'll write here overheads cost is equal to, I'll add all this, no, it's just 10%, okay, is equal to 10% of the cost price, okay, 25,000. Now 10% of 25,000, if you want to calculate, we just do one thing. Okay, I'll show you the entire method. The 10 percentage means 10 upon 100. Off means into 25,000. Okay, so cut this 0, cut this 0, cut this 0, cut this 0. You end up with 250 into 10. That is equal to 250 to 2500. This is 10%, okay, of 25,000. So 25,000 ka 10% is now rupees 2500. Got it? Okay. Now since you have got overheads now, so you'll get total cost price. Total cost price is equal to, now you'll have to add up this 25,000 and this 2,500. This will be the total cost price. So when you add up, there are 2 zeros here, 2 zeros here, so I'll add them. Then you have a 5 over here, 5 plus 0 will be 5. And then you have a 2 over here, and 2 plus 5 will be 7, and this is 2. So 2,700, I mean 27,500 will be your total cost price. Okay. Now what he says, if he desires a profit of 30%, find the selling price. So he wants the profit percent to be, his wish is that he gets a 30% ka profit percent. Okay. So if that is his wish, what should be the selling price? Selling price of the goods is equal to what? So they have basically asked you what is the selling price of the goods. Okay, so that we are going to take as X, right? Now we are going to do one thing. We are going to think of a formula, okay, which relates profit percent and cost price and the selling price. Okay, so that formula is, now you want selling price. Okay, so directly there's a formula for selling price. Selling price is equal to cost price multiplied by, okay, it's 100 plus a profit percent divided by 100. Okay, this formula you can recollect in the previous videos. You know, I have discussed about all the formulas that are possibly used in this particular chapter. So this is one of the formula, that is selling price is equal to cost price into 100 plus profit percent divided by 100. Now selling price is X, which we want to find out, so I'm putting X for that. Cost price you'll have to take in this case total cost price, because overheads is included in this problem. So total cost price will be 27,500 multiplied by 100 plus a profit percent that he wants is 30%. So I'll add 30 over here divided by 100. Fine. So my X should be equal to 27,500 into 130 divided by 100, right? Now these two zeros and these two zeros I can easily cut. Okay, now I'm cutting this because you can see that there's no plus or minus involved in this particular quantity. Okay, can you see this quantity? उसमें plus minus कहीं भी दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है, only multiplication and division. Okay, in that case you can always cut down the zeros from the numerator and the denominator. Equal number of zeros you have to cut from the numerator and the denominator. So I've cut two zeros from the numerator and two zeros from the denominator. Now I am left with 27,500, that is 275 into 130. Okay, 275 into 130. My answer will be 275 times 130. Now what I'll do is this 275 into 13 into 10 I will do. Okay, just to make the calculations more simple. 130 can be written as 13 into 10. Now I'll just multiply these two and I'll add a 0 to the answer. Okay, so 275 multiplied by a 13 works out to 5 3s are 15, 5, 1 carried, 7 3s are 21 plus 1 22, 2 here, 2 carried, 3 2s are 6 plus 2 8, so 8 here. Then again cross over here, 5 1s are 5, 7 1s are 7 and 2 1s are 2. Now let me add this. So this will be 5, this will be 7, 8 plus 7 will be 15, 1 carried, this will be 3. So 3575, I am getting the answer for this 275 into 13. But I have one more 10 to be multiplied. So what I'll do is, what this answer I got for 275 into 13, that is 3575. To that I'll add 1 0, that's it. So I got the answer. Okay. So this has to be the selling price, rupees 35,750. So the answer is, therefore the selling price has to be rupees 35,750. Okay, so that was the answer for this question number 2. And one more question we'll go for before ending up this video, and that should be question number 3. Okay, so let us go for that. And here we have question number 3 for you. Okay, okay, this is question number 3. Now what question number 3 says is, yeah, this is question number 3. A man sells 2 tables for rupees 1,800 and 1,188 each. Okay, so selling price of 2 tables, right? 2 tables is equal to rupees 1,188. He has sold each table for this. Okay, 1,188 each. Okay, the meaning of this is the selling price of one table is 1,188. Okay, so let me write it. Therefore, selling price of one table is equal to rupees 1,188, because each he has sold for 1,188. He has sold 2 tables, right? He gains 10% on the sale. of one and loses 10% on the sale of the other. Find his gain or the loss percentage. Okay. Now one, he has bought two tables and the cost price for the, okay, he sells two tables. Okay. So one table is selling for both the tables is selling for this 1188. Maybe the cost price may be different for the two tables. Okay, can't say. But then on one table he is getting a 10% profit and on other table he is getting a 10% of loss. Okay, so what we will do is let us find out the cost price of the first table. Okay, now cost price of the first table find out करने के लिए we are going to use a formula. Okay, so which formula we'll use? Cost price is equal to we can use this selling price multiplied by because it is cost price that you have to find out. On the top there will be 100. Okay, and on this let us try to find out the cost price of first table on which he gets 10% profit. Okay, so we are going to find out the cost price of the table on which he has got 10% profit. Okay, so 100 upon 100 plus profit percentage is 10. So this way you can get the cost price. Now selling price is known to us for this table. It is 1188 times 100 upon, this will be 110, right? Now what I can do is this 0 and this 0 can cut. Okay, now I'm left with 1188 divided by 11. Now 1188 divided by 11 into, there's a 10 over here, right? So what I'll do is I'll work out this first. Okay, and then just multiply it by a 10. Okay, that's very easy. So this, if I work out 11 1za is 11. Okay, and then I'll bring down 88 and 11 11 into okay, now let me work out this. That will be pretty easy. 1188 divided by 11. So 11 1za is 11. 0. Then I'll put down 8. Now because 8 is less than 11, I'll put a 0 over here and I'll bring down this 8. Now I can write 11 into 8 is equal to 88. Is that clear? So this becomes 0. So it becomes this 1188 divided by 11 works out to 108. Now this 108 you have to multiply by 10. So what I'll do is 108 ke aage I'll put 10. So this is the cost price of that table on which he got 10% profit. Again, let me find out the cost price of the second table on which he gets 10% loss. Okay, for that the formula will be same, selling price times, not same, 100 upon here it will be 100 minus loss percent. Okay, loss percent is 10, so it will be 100 minus loss. Mind here, there it was a, here it was a plus, here it will be minus. So here again it will be 1188 into 100 upon 90, isn't it? So what I can do is this 0 and this 0 will cut. So I'll have to work out this 1188 upon 9. Okay, so let me do that. 1188 divided by 9. 9 1za is 9. Remainder is 2. Take down 8. So 9 3za is 27. 27. So 28 minus 27 is 1. Bring down again this 8. 9 2za is 18. Okay. Over. So the answer is 132. 1188 divided by 9 will be 132. This 132 you have to multiply by 10. So it will be 1320. This is the cost price. Now what has happened, I have got the cost price of both the tables and you can see the cost price is different, okay, for both the tables. Now if I want to work out the percentage profit or loss, how we can work out, let us see that. Okay, I'll have to make some space for that. Yeah, fine. So now you can see that the cost price of two tables will be equal to 1080, that's the cost price of the first table, plus 1320, that's the cost price of the second table. So you have to add the cost price of both the tables. So you'll get 0 plus 0 0, and then 8 plus 2 is 10, so 0, 1 carried. This will be 1 plus 0 1, and plus 3 will be 4, and then 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2400 is the cost price of two tables. Now what will be the selling price of two tables? Selling price of two tables is, see, we have seen in this question the selling price was one can you see this? It was 1188 for each table. Okay, so selling price of two tables will be 1188 multiplied by 2, isn't it? So let us work out that. So it will be 1188 into 2. 2 times 1188. This will work out to 8 2s are 16. 1 carried, 8 2s are 16 plus 1 17. 1 carried, 2 1s are 2 plus 1 is 3. And then 2 1s are 2 is 2. So 2376 is the selling price of two tables. Now can you see here, this cost price is slightly bigger than the selling price. The cost price is greater than the selling price. When the cost price is bigger than the selling price, this means that there is a loss that is incurred. Okay, in the transaction there is a loss that has happened. Now what will be loss? Loss will be cost price minus selling price. So the loss percentage will be equal to loss divided by cost price times 100. And the loss is how much? It is selling cost price minus selling price. What is cost price? 2400. What is selling price? 2376 divided by cost price, that is 2400, times 100. Now this calculation will give you the loss percentage. First let me cut these two zeros from top and bottom. Now see, here I am cutting these zeros because I am putting a bracket this, and I am avoiding this minus from the system. Okay, so I'm just cutting the zeros from this part, 100 upon 2400. Okay, I'm not touching this part. Now this is 2400 minus 2378. So 10 minus 8 should be 2, and then 9 minus 7 should be 2 again. 3 minus 3 will be 0, and 2 minus 2 is again 0. So you will get 22 on the top upon 24. That's it. Okay, 22 upon 24. Now 22 upon 24 should work out to how much? Okay, 22 upon 24. Now this is roughly, is it 20, 2400 minus 376? I've taken 8 over here. Okay, see, a silly mistake over here. This is not 2378, it is 2376. Okay, so let me make it 2376. Now if you work out this 10 minus 6, this will become 4, 24. Okay, it works out to 24 upon a 24, isn't it? And 24 upon 24 is nothing but 1. Therefore my loss percentage is 1%. So the in the total transaction, okay, loss percent is of 1%. That's the answer for the third one. And with this, I'm coming to the end of this today's session, in which we did some 3 questions so far. So in the next video, we'll continue with the other questions. Till then, goodbye. Take care, all of you.